Hey folks, welcome to Rider Club Radio, the podcast all about Kamen Rider and other tokusatsu now.
Apparently.
I'm your host, Jeff.
And I'm Liam.
And this week we watched Kamen Rider Ghost episode 21.
Yeah, we did.
And Animal Sentai Zyuohger episode 4.
Was it 4?
I don't know.
Was it... I think it's 4. Yeah, it's 4.
So just cut all this out.
We'll just say it's fucking 4. Do you want to hear about this week's episode of Ghost, Jeff?
I guess if I must.
Okay.
No, actually I do want to hear about this week's. Since I didn't watch it, so I can pretend.
Yeah, okay, I gotta give the recap so that Jeff knows what to talk about.
I hated it, it was awful. What happened?
So Makoto wants to go get his body back. We found out last episode his body is still in the Ganma world. He wants to go get it back. The Ganma High Council meets and they talk about how their plans are to rule Earth. And they make a lot of, weird implications about their origins, but we'll get into that later. They say a lot of vague things that are like, oh, this is why we came to this Ganma world, or this is why we, made the Ganma world.
There's a whole lot of, this. What is your reasoning for making this utopia? I'll do what is necessary to protect the utopia my father made.
Yeah. There's a lot of strange... It's open to a lot of speculation, but we'll get into that later. Because Steve Bills, the token white man, is still up to his old tricks. He's furthering some project that'll apparently help the Ganma. He shows a little PowerPoint presentation, and all of his I assume stockholders and stuff are like, "Wow, that's crazy, Steve Bills. This will be awesome." I love the part where you open up the ghost gate and summon all the monsters. I think the consumers will really like that.
Nothing is more exciting in a children's action show than a PowerPoint presentation by an old white man.
I guess that's why they skip over all of it, but it made me curious, what the hell is it? Is it a VR headset that eats you, or...
We'll find out eventually, I'm sure.
I guess, how do you sell ghost invasions? So Steve Bills is in on it, and Igor decides to send this knight Ganma. It's this new Ganma, and she's a knight, and she's got a sword, and just like the last Ganma that had a sword... The sword steals people's souls. So I guess this is a theme we're going with now? Ganma swords that they don't hurt people, they just take their souls out?
Maybe. She Dark Souls the fuck all over that place, though. She's slashing people down and their souls fly into her.
Yeah, I didn't get that little connection, but now that you mention it, it's all I can see.
Kamen Rider Ghost is the Dark Souls of Tokusatsu.
Oh, Tokusatsu is the Dark Souls of TV, if you didn't know.
Television is the Dark Souls of media.
Yeah, it's true. It's a little known fact. So what, the knight, what the fuck are we talking about? The knight was cutting the people down. Makoto, and Takeru is trying to get into the Ganma world. He's trying all these things, and he finds out that the painting Ganma from before can make a gate if he's really happy. But it's not big enough and he can't fit in. Makoto just turns into an icon. He just flies in his own gate.
Yeah, Makoto has been an icon this entire time, apparently.
I don't know. He's an icon. He can turn into a person. I guess that's how he's walking around. He's not like a ghost like Takeru is. So he says, yeah, okay, I'll just fucking turn into an icon. Don't follow me. It's too dangerous in there. I can handle it on my own. The weaker guy. I'll take care of it. He goes into the Ganma world as an icon. Takeru can't make it in, though, because he keeps running in and it keeps pushing him out.
Yeah, it never actually gives you a reason why he can't, or any of that shit. So don't look forward to that.
But the knight is stealing souls. So, I skipped ahead. Before Makoto goes into the portal, he and Takeru fight the knight. And Cannon gets in the way, and the knight says, oh, I'm a knight. I can't endanger a woman and a child. That's double chivalry violation. So she leaves, and they're like, oh, maybe we can reason with this one too. But the knight goes back to Igor, and Igor's like, what's that? You're being nice? I'll mind control you. And he does it, and she's completely a slave of Igor now.
Which brings up the question of, why do they make Ganma that have personalities if their entire thing is just to mind control them anyway?
I have no fucking clue.
Oh well!
I don't know, I wonder if we'll ever get an answer. So Makoto, after that, Makoto leaves. Takeru fucks up. Igor mind controls her. Alan he's talking to his dad in the praying chamber where his dad stands and chants in a circle. And you can see he's growing a little more attached to the human world. He's like, oh, the sky was blue, it was beautiful, but humans are foolish. And the dad's like, Alan, if you want to become a good guy, just fucking become a good guy, okay? Follow your heart.
Yeah, he says, follow your heart, and then Alan's like, wait, I've been given monologues about how hearts are stupid for a long time now.
He's being torn apart. He doesn't know where to go. Alan. Oh.
But wait, I thought hearts were dumb.
Are hearts good or are they bad? Fuck Valentine's Day. So after many...
You're a little late for that shit.
After many, many failed attempts at trying to get into the Ganma world, Edison, the little Edison icon, comes out of Takeru's coat and he says, "Hey, Takeru, this whole time you've been trying to get into the Ganma world, I've been watching, and I'm very impressed. All you have to do is look within yourself, and that should help." And then Takeru...
he twists that 99% perspiration shit around to being like the inspiration part's more important for some reason. Even though it's only 1%, and my quote was the exact opposite of this. But fuck it, I'm just a fucking fat thief anyway. Everybody attributes all these inventions to me because I stole them, so do whatever you want.
Invention is 99% perspiration and 1% sneaking into your opponent's houses and taking their documents with all their shit on it.
It's 99% perspiration, 1% being a ghost.
Yeah, exactly. So he says all you gotta do is look within yourself, deep within yourself, and then you can get to the Ganma world. And then Takeru leaves, and Edison says, "Oh, thank God, I can stop spewing horse shit. I hope he takes something to heart." Oh. But there's no time to ponder on that, because the knight's back, and she's all mind-controlled. She's taking people's souls. Takeru goes to fight her, and she says, "Oh, I have the souls of 2 of your friends, and I have also the soul of Onari, and if you don't give me all your icons, I'll just blow them up in my little circle." So Takeru gives her his icons. Igor takes him, he leaves. And
Igor takes him and he leaves, and then Takeru never fucking mentions this for the rest of the episode.
He's just, his icons are gone, but hey, well, fuck it, they were side grids anyways. He's still
who gives a shit? I got an upgrade, motherfucker.
He's got fighting spirit boost, so who cares? So there's a big fight, and he kicks her in the face. He kicks the knight in the face, and the knight gets the Igor kicked out of her, and she says, "Oh, Christ, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to steal everybody's souls. Here, I'll give them all back." And then she says, "Next time we'll have like a real fight."
Yeah, I'm sorry I stole everybody's souls, which I was already doing before I was brainwashed.
This time's different, though. Maybe she stole some women and children's souls.
Maybe. If you notice, the first time she steals souls, no one fucking mentions this, and no attention is brought to it, but women and children's souls aren't stolen.
Mm-hmm. You can see when she swipes her sword, and there's a big outward, and the women are unharmed, and only the adult men have their souls taken. But that's neither here nor there, because she's good now, and she leaves. She gives him his souls back, and she just fucks off. She says, "Okay, I'm done. Maybe we'll come back. I'm another good guy Ganma." So Takeru then, and he's got all the souls back. He goes back to the pit, and he meditates real hard. And he meditates real hard in front of the portal, and this allows him to enter the Ganma world. And then the episode ends.
What a solution. 99% horse shit, 1% plot.
99% perspiration, 1% meditation will get you into the Ganma world.
Good joke. Anyway,
Jeff, what did you think of Kamen Rider Ghost episode 21?
I did not like it as much as previous episodes.
Really?
I will say this, the B plot, everything that takes place in the Ganma world is interesting, and I want to see more of it.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy that Alan has a reason for becoming more of a good guy now, instead of just fucking takoyaki's round like an icon. And I enjoy the whole like political subterfuge thing that's going to start happening with the old sage.
Yeah.
And I like all that stuff. That's got me excited for it. The whole A plot with the knight and with Takeru bashing against the wall trying to get into the Ganma world was tedious as fuck.
I agree, but at the same time I think I liked this episode more than you. I liked this episode more than previous episodes. I think it's a step up. Because
if it was just the B-plot stuff, and if the A-plot was stronger, I would agree with you, but I got legitimately aggravated in this episode with it, like, when I thought back on it, the whole, like, I can't get into the Ganma world, why is that, why can't I? oh, well, bullshit quote I probably didn't even say from Edison. Oh, okay, I'll meditate and I go in.
Well, I'll say again what I've said 100 times before, and it's that stupid talking to the icons thing is so tacked on, and I think that was the reason why he has such a hard time getting into the Gamma world. Because they had to have an excuse to have Edison come out and say something.
Yes, it's just, if he would have figured out anything, like if he used the Edison icon to get into the Gamma world or something, that would make more sense to me. But instead, he just wants it real hard, so he goes in.
He thinks towards himself a lot. And this allows him to get into the Gamma world.
And the night thing was alright, I guess.
I liked and didn't like the night thing. I didn't like that we have another sword that steals souls. I hate that shit. It looks dumb. At the same time, I like that Ganma becoming good guys seems to be some sort of theme. Like they're doing more of it instead of just having one episode where they harp on it forever and then everyone just forgets about it forever.
That's true. I really enjoy that the painting Ganma is around now for good. It seems like QB.
QB, they call him. Yeah, I hope this isn't the only thing he does ever in this episode. I really hope he's still there and he keeps doing things.
Me too. Like he's a good addition to the cast.
Yeah. The whole thing he did was a little nonsensical. Like, while he's painting, it emits energy to open a portal.
QB waves.
Yeah, QB waves. I guess, again, it's an excuse for Edison and an excuse to get Takeru to go in behind Makoto.
It's convenience so Akari can do something.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
At least they're doing something for her. Onari, what the fuck did he do this episode?
He kept his bald head near so that QB could paint it.
Perfect. They could have just bought an orange at the store, and it would have been every bit as round.
And it wasn't even Onari's bald head that got QB the happiest that opened the portal the full way. It was that he got complimented.
It wasn't even a great one. It was just that he wants to paint real bad. And the guy's like,
I wish I want to see things that way myself. Oh my god, I'm so happy.
I'm touched. I'm so touched I'll open this portal to hell for you.
I don't know. The A-plot really bothered me. It seemed like the A-plot would have been fine if it was the night as the A-plot. That was it.
Yeah, I agree.
The night seemed completely inconsequential and wasted. Her character seemed like it could have been really cool, like the honor-bound knight who's like forced, like through brainwashing to break her own code. And maybe seeks redemption for that or something, but it's just like, oh, I broke my code. Anyway, here's his soul's back. I'm gonna fuck off.
Well, here's the thing, Jeff. I'm gonna take a huge leap of faith here. I'm gonna take a leap of faith that if I miss, will break my neck and kill me. I think...
Good.
I think that will be followed up on. Because she says when she gives Takeru all the souls back, she's like, maybe, next time when we meet, we'll have a more chivalrous encounter, or I don't know, she's about some knightly bullshit.
We'll finish this next time we meet.
Yeah, something like that. I think she's gonna come back. I hope she comes back. And
she probably will come back.
And hopefully...
Maybe they'll do something good with her, but we're talking about this episode, motherfucker.
That's the thing with TV, though, is sometimes, like, you don't know if something's shitty or not until you're waiting, like, maybe it pans out in a good way, or maybe it pans out in a bad way.
I mean, for now, I think that was shittily done. They might fix it later.
Okay, I disagree, but
for now, I think it wasn't done very well.
It maybe could have been better, but I thought it was fine. It's set up.
It was so condensed, is my problem, and it was condensed so that Takeru could continuously try to get through a portal he can't get through.
Well, hang on.
And then just get through it through plot convenience.
Like I said, the portal was bad. I didn't like that. What I liked a lot about this episode was the B-plot, and I think I liked it even more than you did, because it elevated the episode for me into, like, oh, this is pretty good. I'm enjoying this.
I really did like the B-plot, though. I don't even have any complaints about it whatsoever.
Really?
I liked it so much, yeah.
I love, there's so much, like, it opens the door for a lot of speculation. Like, I started to think maybe the Ganma, like, the higher-up Ganmas, Alan and them, are, like, former humans, or maybe the old man and the... Yeah, because they're like, oh, we created this utopia, we went to this utopia because we were sick of war, which is why
especially when the father, what the hell is his name?
I don't know, not Edith. Edith is the old man. The father is...
and the older brother is Adele, isn't it?
Alan, Edith, Adele, girl,
like
dad. Let's call
Alia.
him Alia. So let's just call
Ghost
him
Dad.
Ghost Dad.
Ghost Dad had a wife.
Starring Bill
Ghost
Cosby.
Dad was Bill Cosby.
Bill
We're not going
Cosby.
to be talking about Bill Cosby.
Let's speak as little about Bill Cosby as possible.
Ghost Dad says, I'm remembering when we were younger and my wife was alive.
Yeah.
He uses the word alive as well.
Yeah. Also, Ganma don't take wives, so
As far as we know.
well, because the heart is useless to them, right?
That's true.
So they can't take wives. So he has to have come from somewhere that had war. If he was sick of war, which
He hates the human world because of the wars. They mention that as well. That's the reason why they're trying to make it into a utopia.
Yeah. So he's got that. He's got his wife. I think they're former humans, which is kind of interesting.
I agree.
I think if that's explored later, I'll be very happy with that. I hope the Ghost Dad is a very sentimental villain. I hope he doesn't die next episode like it's implying he will.
Yeah.
I'm
hopeful for that as well. I think this episode doled out just enough information.
Yeah.
The B-plot did. I wouldn't have wanted any more information. That would have been too much saturation. This is enough to keep you hooked and to get you thinking about it.
It's not like a lot of Kamen Rider series that have troubles with pacing, where it's just like a fuckload of stuff happens in 2 episodes and then nothing for 10.
Yeah.
This one's like it's enough that you can have fun speculating and wondering what's going to happen. But not so much that there's...
Recently.
Yeah.
Recently it is.
This episode, I mean, not this series. Holy shit, no. Ghost sucks, still.
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Ghost as a whole is still pretty bad, but this episode was
Yeah.
quite good. This episode was the perfect amount.
Maybe I'm just blinded by the A-plot pissed me off so bad. Because I liked the Knight. I thought she had a cool design. I thought she had a cool personality. The soul sword doesn't bother me that much since she uses it as a regular sword as well.
I will say this, it doesn't physically touch the people. I get that. It sends out a big soul
She
wave.
fires out a wave.
Yeah, it's not like she's like running them through and then pulling the sword out and they're completely unhurt and they're like, my soul.
That's what bothered you before.
That was so stupid.
Yeah, it was. I'm not gonna defend that shit, but I like the sword in this one.
Yeah.
I'm just a big fan of knights in general, you know that.
Yeah, you're
So
a big knight guy, yeah.
Knight-a-boo. I was excited about this character, and they're just like, here's my personality. Oh, wait, I'm fucking brainwashed for the rest of the episode. Anyway, I'm gonna leave.
It's always nice when Ryder does something interesting with a monster of the week, and isn't just a generic murder monster.
Yeah.
But this episode sort of handles that not quite very good. Like
They wasted it.
Yeah, exactly. They wasted it. And
How many scenes did we have of him trying to get through the portal? 3?
there was 3. Yeah, one where he
3 fucking scenes.
one where it's too small, one where it kicks him out for no discernible reason, and then the third one where he finally gets in.
3 scenes that are shot exactly the same, and 2 of them have the exact same purpose.
That could probably have been devoted to the night girl, which would have been fine. Like have her a little more fleshed out, have a little more dialogue with her. But no, we have this instead. It drags the episode down. I'll agree.
It pissed me off. I love the B plot though. I'm really excited to see where it goes with that.
Yeah, I'm excited for the show kind of right now. It seems like we're at the beginning of what is hopefully a large arc. I miss large arcs.
Yeah, I do too, especially now that they're trapped in the Ganma world.
Yeah, the last really big, interesting arc we had was Shinosuke's dad.
True.
The one that, like, where there was, like, one thing that was going on for a long time. I missed that.
I think what bothered me a lot as well is Takeru's entire purpose was to get the 15 heroic icons.
Yeah.
And he loses all of them in this episode, and he doesn't even mention it.
Well, okay, they're all in one place still, and he's still got 69 days, so what's the worst that could happen?
Are you an idiot?
Yeah.
He could disappear for all time.
Well, he's
forever.
got 69 whole days, Jeff.
Igor could fuck off to the moon or something and just hang out there. Ganma don't need to breathe.
I watched an episode of Agito where Agito thinks he has 4 hours to live, and you know what he does?
Well, you got 4 hours to live.
He bakes a fucking cake.
If you have 4 hours to live, you might as well enjoy your last 4 hours, because there's jack shit you can do about it.
He's like, oh my god, I only have 4 hours to celebrate Mana's birthday.
Well, Shoichi's an idiot as
That's
well.
true. Shoichi is an actual dumbass. He's, I think, the dumbest of any protagonist I've seen.
You've seen Shinji, haven't you? Shinji and Shoichi are pretty close.
Shinji's indecisive. Shoichi is an actual fucking idiot.
He is. His brain does not work.
Yeah. It must be that whatever blow to the head that took his memory away also made him a dumbass.
Maybe it's even deeper series than we thought, and he didn't just lose his memory, but he also got brain damage.
Must be. My God. There's a fucking PhD thesis in Agito.
Well, when you go for your PhD, you know what you can write about.
When I go for my PhD in karate bugmen, yeah.
I've already got mine, Dr. Jeff. Thank you very much. This episode would have been, if it would have focused more on the night, it would have been an A episode for me. But as it stands, it pissed me off enough that it's a C episode.
Really? I'll give it a B. I liked it. There was too much, chaff. There was a lot of filler with the stupid portal scenes. I'll give you that. But I would give it a B. I like it more than you, I think.
I think you do.
I think I do. That's a shame.
Well, it's because you have terrible opinions.
That's true. That's true.
You aren't angry at Toei either for doing something, so...
What particular thing are you pissed off at Toei for doing?
The fucking portal scenes. They made me mad.
Oh, I thought it was something unrelated, like they didn't make a figure you wanted or something. No,
well,
okay.
Of course they don't make the figures I want.
Never.
I want an SH Figure Arts re-release of Space Sheriff Gavon is what I want.
Did they not do that when they made the new movie?
No, they did not.
What the fuck?
It's still the stick figure with the head on a pike.
I hate the old SH Figure Arts, man. That's why I bought the Figma for Night, is because the SH Figure Art was like someone stretched him out in a stretcher.
I can't afford Figmas. I'm not made of toku bucks like you are.
The one I got was pretty cheap. It was like $30.
The real action heroes are the ones that are just little people in suits that you can put on your shelf.
The real, they steal mannequins, real life-sized costumes, and hit them with the shrink ray. They look so good.
They do. The real action heroes, Space Sheriff Gavon, is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's a shame that you have to be the CEO of a Fortune 500 company to afford them. They're like $200.
I can't afford hundreds of dollars for figures just yet.
Real action heroes Knight looks so good.
Why would you buy Knight?
I like Knight's suit. I like Knight and I like his suit.
His suit's alright.
He's the man.
It's probably one of the better suits in Ryugi.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Is that all we have to say about Ghost? We've gone off topic twice.
Yeah, we've way wandered away from Ghost, yeah. We're done.
The end scene implies that shit's going down next episode, too, so I'll look forward to it.
God, I hope Ghost Dad doesn't die. I want to learn more about his wife.
Yeah, if Ghost Dad dies, they just teased all that shit about him for nothing.
It seems like he might not, because they literally, they straight up are like, oh, he's been killed, but you don't actually see the moment, so it seems like maybe they're trying to mislead you.
If he's a ghost as well, he could just come back.
Yeah, it's true, if he is a true Ganma. I want him to be like, oh, my wife died in a war, so I vowed to end all war, or something. I could get behind that.
What war, though? What war has Japan been involved in the last 30 years?
Maybe she went to the Gulf War, and she got involved in the Gulf War.
They're just gonna have it be a war.
Whenever it's wars and diseases in Japan, they're just like, he's dying of a disease.
Yeah,
look, he's coughing up blood.
Or a war.
Just like Oren. Remember Oren? He was like a war veteran. Yeah. He served, he just served somewhere.
He was a mercenary.
He did something.
He was in 3 wars, I think they said?
Yeah, something like that.
Whatever. Alright, that's all we got to say about Ghost.
Thank you for listening to the Warcast.
Do we have any news?
Yeah, we got some news. You read my mind.
We're on the same wavelength. Also, the show has a format. What happened in the news?
There's 2 new trailers this week for the Kamen Rider 1 movie. One, 30-second long one that shows him transforming into the Michelin Man form. It's still quite ugly, but there's some...
It's so fucking bulky. It's like it needs to be in a Gears of War game.
Oh my god. You've spoken the words to my heart that I never knew were there.
It was made by Games Workshop for $40K.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. It still looks bad. You get to see the special effects and stuff, though, if you want to look at that. You can check that out. That'll be in the blog post. There was another one that showed... Remember we said, way a month ago, that there was going to be rider icon use in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
There's another preview that's just all that for like a minute straight. You get to see there's Gaim, there's Wizard, there's Double, there's O's. You get to see all of them jumping around being used. I think that looks pretty neat. It looks kind of neat.
I'm sure it'll sell toys.
Yeah. It's a shame they don't use anyone before Double, though. They never do that with toys now.
There's a definite cutoff point, and it's almost always Double.
Yeah. Because that's like the new era, post-decade, right?
Yeah, and you can't have like a decade icon. Then you'd have to have all the powers of all the previous riders as well.
That's way beyond the budget. Fuck that.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
That's a shame. The Ryuki icon, there's a Ryuki icon, and when you transform with it, the little phrase it says, the little rap, it says, surrounded by rivals, it's time for survival.
This is the third time on Rider Club Radio that you have told me that.
Did?
And every time you say it exactly like that, with this fire in your heart of how much you love it.
Because I say it in my head every morning when I wake up. It's time to survive, motherfucker.
You wake up every morning and look in the mirror and say, Tatakai.
Tatakai.
So
I want to see it in action.
Never.
I want to at least see a picture of it. Come on. They did it for the Gaim things.
They might do that. They might do like an illustration or something of it.
Yeah, I'm scared though. They didn't do it for Drive. They didn't do it for all the rider tires and Drive.
Nobody gives a shit about tires.
I thought they were cool.
It's never gonna happen, buddy.
I know.
I'm sorry. I'll talk to John Toei on our next golf outing.
Yeah.
See if there's something we can do about that.
Work something out. Have your people talk to his people.
My people. I'll ask my mom.
Have your mom talk to his mom. Deep Spectre is purple.
That's cool.
There's a more detailed silhouette. You know they do the thing where they like... First they reveal just the outline, and then they reveal the outline with, like, really blurred details. It's, like, below a really deep color filter. Deep Spectre's purple, if that's to be believed. There's a toy scan out this week. You can't really tell much else from it. If you look real close, you can make out a couple details, but there's nothing terribly interesting there. It's just spikes. You saw the spikes. We'll have more to report once it's fully revealed.
Does he still look like the deer Pokemon?
Yes, he
Pokemon
does.
X.
He looks like he's covered in spikes and antlers.
I wish I knew that Pokemon's name. That would have made that a better joke.
The deer Pokemon from Pokemon... I don't remember its name either. I couldn't tell you.
It's been a while.
It's been a long time. But that's that. He's purple. That's what I have.
Purple's a good color for him. I mean, Ghost going from orange to red, it makes sense that he'd go from blue to purple.
I guess. On the... No, never mind. I was going to say on, like, the thermal spectrum, purple is colder, but is it?
No, it's warmer.
Yeah, blue is colder than purple, yeah. I'm fucked up.
Purple's warmer because it's blue and red.
I guess maybe you get hotter? No, orange is... Fuck. Orange is hotter than red, isn't it? I'm trying to find a pattern here. None of this matters. I'm trying to find a pattern here.
It went from one color to another color. That's a similar color.
Did you know that if you put two icons on top of each other, it makes an 8?
The fucking number theory confirmed!
We cracked it wide open. John Toei, I want 2 million yens in cash.
Oh my god.
Or this hits the Washington Post.
The next time, when the rider... for the next rider, when he puts his cock and balls out, if you look at it from the side, it looks like a 9.
And you know that I'm so tired of that scene they have in every Heisei rider when the fucking main rider takes his cock and balls out.
Well, they do flash giant lettering across the screen that says, "Children leave room, housewives only."
Oh, the lost episode. Shit. The transformation jingle. Okay, Grateful Soul is in Betrayed War 3. We already know that. Betrayed War Genesis, he was...
Spoilers, Betrayed War Genesis.
Wow. We knew about Grateful Soul. Betrayed War spoiled it for us.
Yeah.
So he's DLC. I think he's free. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But the point is...
You can see him in high-res PS2 graphics before you see him on the show.
Oh, boy. The point is somebody cracked the game wide open and ripped his model and ripped all the sounds involved with it, too. So we have now, like, a perfect sound quality, crystal clear,
Here's what I don't understand about Kamen Rider fandom.
Okay.
And maybe this extends to tokusatsu fandom in general.
Muse to
is
me.
Like, in 2 fucking weeks, maybe, tops, we'll see Grateful Soul. And people are scrambling, falling over themselves to rip shit from a video game so we can know what he looks like 2 weeks ahead of time.
You know what?
And most people aren't even really that interested in Ghosts, but we gotta know. We gotta know ahead of time.
You're double right. It's not just the Ghost fandom. It's not just the Toku fandom. I think it's just nerds in general. They did it with Star Wars. They're doing it right now with Marvel Captain America Civil War.
Yeah.
Where, like, every time someone releases a new picture, even if it's nothing new, it's just a picture that was never released before, they're like, yo, this picture, look at it. Up and down. What can we see?
I need to know what happens in the movie before I see the movie, or else it'll make me mad.
Yeah, exactly. Just wait.
I don't understand it. I mean,
here we are.
When it comes to, like, a new video game coming out or something, a new game isn't going to come out for, like, a year or something, and they start showing some, like, some artwork or something from it, I'll be like, oh, I don't want to have to wait, like, a year, so I'll see what that looks like.
Yeah.
But it's 2 weeks.
It's fun to speculate, but some things
We speculate on this show every episode, so I'm pot calling the kettle black.
And
we're
about to talk about one of these stupid little pieces of speculation right now. Anyways,
tell me
these
about
people waste their whole lives ripping these sound files from a video game. So now let's talk about these sound files from a video game on this podcast.
I didn't say it was a waste. I'm just saying I don't get it sometimes.
Well, you're about to get it. Grateful Soul's transformation jingle. We have a perfect, crystal clear soundbite of it. If you want to hear it,
here's what it sounds like.
Are we gonna play it?
No, we're not going to play it. I'm just fucking with you.
Okay, well, it'll be in the blog post. It'll be in the blog post if you want to hear it. If that's a spoiler to you or something. It doesn't contain any spoilers. It's just a call-out. It's just like a rap.
Yeah, I hope tomorrow when you're editing this, you get to that point and you're like, oh god, I don't have that.
We'll see.
More news. Feed it to me.
That's news. That's all we got.
It?
Nothing happened this week.
Shit, it's a slow week.
It's a very slow week. Some Sentai toys got released. That's it.
They didn't release another trailer for Betrayed War Genesis where another rider shows up?
Nope. The game's out. There's no more trailers.
Oh yeah, I forgot. It came out last week.
Yeah, you can find gameplay footage on YouTube and stuff. We talked about that last week.
Look, gameplay... I can't be asked to keep up with things that I myself talked about.
This gameplay footage of Grateful Soul. You can see him doing like a super rider kick, and he jumps through 15 like circles that each depict one of the souls as he flies down. You know how a lot of riders do that, where like a bunch of Decade has all the cards.
The first one who did it.
Yeah, that he kicks down through them. He does that, but with all the souls. So that's pretty cool. Spoilers.
Spoilers.
A
little late on that.
I think fucking Cube Elephant DX got released this week. I don't know.
You should be excited.
I know.
Dude, I want a Cube Lion.
Yeah, you should get one. I think it's out. The DX one, you can get it new.
I want a Cube Lion.
Lion.
Speaking of Cube Lion, this week we watched Animal Sentai Zyuohger Episode 4.
Oh boy, what did you think of it, Jeff?
I really like this series, man.
Me too.
It's tough for me to not just shit all over things that I enjoy, but I really enjoy it. This episode had a really nice, for what it is, being like a show for babies, it had a really nice character study between Leo and Sayla.
Yeah. You learn a lot about their past, and you learn a lot about their relationship with each other.
Yeah, you learn that they have a bit of a rivalry with one another, where at least one of them wants really bad to face the other. At his strongest, Sayla wants to fight Leo one-on-one and prove she's best, and Leo does not want to beat up a girl.
We find out this episode that Leo is a casual misogynist.
Yeah, we do.
He doesn't want to fight Sayla at his full power because he's afraid, I don't know, she'll get murdered. She's such a frail female.
And he says there's nothing cool about overpowering a woman.
You know why? It's
They're both
because
monstrous animal people. I'm sure she'll be fine.
yeah, it's because he knows that the shark's weakness is if you bop him on the nose, it instantly stuns them.
That's true. He was about to do that when they got stopped at the end.
He's like, I can't. That's just so cheap. I can't just bop her on the nose. He's trying to resist.
Yeah, she hates him, and he thinks she's great, apparently.
They get in a cage match. There's a Sentai cage match with like an invisible cage because they don't have the budget.
Yeah, they got like an electro cage.
Yeah, it's like some nets. It's the action in this series continues to impress.
Yeah.
I must say.
There's some pretty good fight choreography, especially everybody fights somewhat like the animal that they're supposed to depict.
Yeah, Leo has all those like sweeping motions that he does.
He sweeps his arms around and he like leaps through the air and does a lot of bounding from place to place.
Yeah, he looks cool.
I don't know how a shark fights, but Sayla's very like flowing and quick.
You've never seen a shark fist fight before, Jeff?
No, I never have.
You've never gotten into a fight with a shark?
Well, wait, that's not true. I've seen many an episode of Jabberjaw, so I guess I've at least once seen a fist fight with a shark.
Okay, so maybe if you had said street sharks there, I would have known what you were talking about. I have no fucking clue what Jabberjaw is.
You don't know Jabberjaw was one of those fucking, like, Hanna-Barbera Scooby-Doo ripoffs?
Oh.
Where they were like an underwater people or whatever.
Jesus Christ, that sounds dumb.
And their Scooby-Doo was a shark that spoke with Curly's voice from the Three Stooges. And even did like the nyak, nyak, nyak.
Oh my god.
And it was great.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Bro.
Street Sharks is cool. Jabberjaw is ridiculous. Therefore, my joke stands.
Okay, all I remember about Street Sharks is they could swim through concrete, I think, for some reason.
Which is fucking metal.
They just swim through the road, which is the most terrifying thing.
Could you imagine driving your car to work and just a fucking shark erupts out of the street?
You're not safe anywhere. That's Sayla's real power. Holy shit.
It is. Sayla can turn the ground into water just by leaping at it.
Yeah, I hope she does something like Shark did in Sun Vulcan, where she can sort of like low-key fly, like she swims through the air. And then
I thought you meant like do crocodile arms and bite people in the head as an attack.
The shark jaws where you gently touch their face like 50 times and then they blow up. I wish.
Man, Shark was the best.
I like the scene. I like the villains have this angle where they're like, we're not trying to blow up the world. We're not trying to enslave all of humanity. We're just trying to have as much sadistic fun as we can.
Yeah,
and that's
we're
the
just
goal.
horrible fucking assholes, and we want to enjoy people's pain.
And it's you don't ask why it's inefficient or why what they're doing is stupid, because there's an inbuilt answer. Just because it's fun. It's fun to watch two random people fight each other.
I guess Sentai has a little bit of a history of that when you think about Bandora. Her whole goal was to make children cry.
There's that picture that everybody posts where it's Bandora and all of her minions holding a baby, and they're like, cry harder, baby, in her fucking fortress.
I love that. But the villains are great for that. Like, they're all like rivals in trying to get the main guy Genis to laugh as well.
Yeah,
and have a good time. So they're all just huge assholes to each other too.
They've divided up into teams to try and get their boss to brown nose the boss the most, which is a really neat angle. It's just another layer of depth underneath the initial like we're bad guys.
Yeah, if you've ever worked in an office environment, you will know that if the boss wanted to invade a world and hurt people for his own enjoyment, there would be 5 or 6 people who would brown nose him all about it.
Of course.
This show has really got me hooked with the characters. It's when I see them dance at the end of the episode, I'm like, man, I like all these people.
There's not one that you're annoyed by.
Yeah.
Even still. The absolute best scene in this episode is when they're trying to track down Leo and Sayla are gone, and they have to track them down somehow. And they're like, Tusk, you got a great nose. Maybe if you smell something belonging to them, you can track them down. And they're like, what do we got? We got Leo's socks. That's all we got. And
we got Leo's socks and we got Sayla's socks. Pick one.
And Tusk, no, it's because he's like, here's Leo's socks. And he's like, I really don't want to fucking smell Leo's socks. And then Amu's like, you can smell Sayla's socks if you want. And Yamato's like, yo, that's fucked up for like a whole different reason.
And then his fucking granddad comes out and he's like, oh my god, Tusk, really? Oh no!
What is it that Yamato says? He's like, there is a deep and nonsensical reason behind this. Holy shit.
Seeing Tusk get horribly embarrassed was really great.
Oh, it was great. See, the thing about that is, like, if somebody says you have to smell this guy's socks to continue, well, you have to, them's the breaks, but if they give you a choice between two, it, like, implies that you have a preference when you choose, which makes it double embarrassing that he has to pick. It's a fucking good... It's a perfect... It's like comedy gold. It's perfect Sentai comedy.
It is. It translates all fucking barriers between societies as well.
Oh, it's perfect. It was a great scene. I really love Georgia so far.
I do too. Like I said, I want a cube lion. I think I kind of want a cube shark as well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The cubes they're fun. I like, they like fold into cubes and stuff.
I kind of wonder if you buy 3 of them, can you make a little Juo King?
I get they're DX cubes, so I imagine they would have full functionality.
Because if so, I'd get an eagle as well.
Oh, that's the thing. This episode focused on shark and lion, and I thought maybe one of them would make up the head. I don't know if that's even possible with the toys. I don't know if it always has to be eagle.
It always has to be eagle. It's funny that you mention that because there's an MC Frontalot song called "I'll Form the Head."
Really?
Which is an entire song about 3, like, Voltron Super Sentai type people arguing about who gets to form the head of the robot while a monster rampages.
Really?
I highly recommend listening to it if you haven't.
I just might after we're done recording.
It's a great song.
I'll form the head. That sounds good. Yeah, I'm excited for the rest of the show.
Me too. And I feel like we were worried that once the episodes focusing on characters ended, that it would get really episodic. I'm starting to think that won't happen.
Yeah, well, I'm starting to think I won't give a fuck if that happens. As if the writing remains this good, then fine.
I'm starting to think it won't happen because in a normal series, you get one episode focusing on red, one on blue, one on green, one on yellow, and one on fifth.
Yeah.
And instead, it's getting mixed up with episodes focusing on one of them, and then 2 of them, and then 1 of them, then 2 of them.
Yeah, I guess the Amu episode was kind of like her and Yamato.
Yeah. And I'm thinking that the episode focus could continue like that. Where it's about nice. 2 of them in this one, or 3 of them in this one, and 1 of them in this one.
Yeah.
And I think that'd be a great way to do the series, especially when you have characters that have such, like, upfront personalities.
Yeah.
Like these. And I'll change my vote last time from saying Sayla had the least personality. I really like her personality, her no-nonsense personality.
Yeah, because she got all the focus this episode, her and Leo. Yeah. So you learn a lot about her.
I feel like that's the way the whole series is going to be, where my favorites list is going to shift around constantly throughout it.
Because they're all good.
Yeah, but Leo is still my favorite.
Yeah, well, I want more Tusk episodes.
I'm sure we'll get more Tusk episodes.
Edgelord
Edgelord episodes have to happen.
I guess that's like a fun thing in Sentai. Maybe that's like part of the fun, is waiting for your favorite ranger to get an episode. I remember when we were watching Zyuranger, every time there was a Dan episode, I'd be like, yeah, it's time for Dan.
Liam's favorite was Dan.
Of course.
I liked both Geki episodes and Goshi episodes.
Goshi was so cool.
Goshi was the coolest.
His voice was out of this world.
When I was listening to the marathon that they put on, the streaming marathon, anytime he would talk, like, somebody was sitting beside me and they'd be like, is that a human voice?
He talks like he's like swallowing a bunch of gravel while he speaks.
Gosh!
Yeah.
Gosh! As it turns out, I wanted to point this out this episode as well. They censored the stream. The Shout Factory stream of Zyuranger was apparently censored, but the DVD release is not. So it's safe to pick that up.
Yeah,
I highly encourage it.
Don't take our slander anymore. You can buy the DVDs now.
Yeah, if you were boycotting Shout Factory because of the last episode, I don't know who would do that.
All the thousands of people listening to this podcast.
All the millions of fans of Rider Club Radio.
We could have really crippled them. Sorry, Shout Factory.
Pick them up. They're good.
That's it for the Super Sentai second, I guess.
I guess. I think I've mentioned this in every episode we've talked about Zyuohger, but I love that the cubes are interchangeable to form Zyuo King.
Yeah, it's cool. I like that.
I think that's neat as fuck, and it hammers home the focus on the characters at the end of the episode.
Yeah, you get the focus of the episode, so you get to form the robot, part of the robot.
Yeah, Yamato gets to form it regardless, and I think Yamato won't be hated in the same way that other Reds that get a lot of focus are hated. Like, King from, fucking...
Kyoryuger?
Yeah, Kyoryuger.
Yeah.
He's hated because he's got so much focus. I think, Yamato plays an exceptionally important role as the normal guy that's completely fucking out of his element and has to deal with all this shit.
I love that archetype for a Red. I think that's the best.
I do too. That's why I think nobody's really going to hate him for any episodes where he gets focused, because he's our lens into these weird-ass characters in their world.
Yeah. I wonder if the next Anniversary Sentai series is going to be Interpol Agency, or like a UN-formed team to fight a robot menace.
Like a Sun Vulcan.
Yeah, or like a Go Ranger, you know?
Yeah.
Like all those old Sentais that are like, the UN got together in this fucking tiny office room, and they put together the super team.
Yeah, I imagine... I haven't seen Go Ranger, but I imagine that it's more understandable that these hyper cyborgs are put up against this menace than just 3 fucking dudes that we picked out, one from each type of military.
Hang on, they're 3 highly trained dudes.
They're just 3 dudes.
They're the best dudes they could get.
They're not hyper cyborgs.
They're the best trained soldiers in the whole world, and all 3 of them just happen to be Japanese.
All 3 of them just happen to be Japanese, and one of them is a complete fucking idiot.
One of them is lazy and does nothing but eat curry, despite being one of the most accomplished rangers. Oh well.
Well, and then he touched
Sun Vulcan's a hell of a drug.
Now, I look forward to every new episode of Zyuohger, actually a lot more than I do Ghost.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Not even a contest.
Zyuohger comes out earlier than Ghost does from Overtime, just like Ninja did before Drive.
Sentai always goes first with them recently, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure why, and I lamented it real hard. I was like, fucking Ninja is out? I want to watch Drive.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, oh shit, Zyuohger's out. Thank God it comes up first.
You get to enjoy yourself for a scant 20 minutes before you gotta deal with Ghost.
Ghost isn't terrible.
Well, this week's was fine, but I mean, like, usually it just feels like a chore.
It does. I don't really look forward to watching to the next Ghost.
Yeah.
Although I am this time.
I am this time too, but like, in general, like I said before, this episode's good. Ghost in general, I would still give a huge thumbs down.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd give it a huge thumbs down, but I would give it a thumbs down.
I would give it 2 thumbs way down.
God damn, that's a strong opinion, sir.
It's a bad show.
I really didn't think I was going to like Zyuohger up front, because I thought the robots looked dumb, and the premise was stupid.
Absolutely nobody thought they were gonna like Zyuohger. I remember when it was like they were revealing little bits of it piece by piece, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, this is gonna be the worst Sentai ever. It's a piece of shit." It snuck up on everybody.
Especially when I saw the gorilla, I was like, "Holy fuck, is this real?"
Are you hyped for that next week?
I'm excited for gorilla.
God,
like, there's a new
bad.
Juman.
It looks like somebody stuck a pump into his suit and just.
He's wearing one of those, like, fake muscle suits underneath it, like a big, fucking store-bought Hulk costume.
And he's got the Hulk hands to go with it. It looks awful.
I love it. I think this series has the tone that you could get away with goofy shit like that, and it's fine.
Yeah, I guess. I wonder what his Beasts Unleashed form is going to look like.
Is that not the Beast Unleashed
Maybe. That looks like a pretty huge Unleashed Beast to me, I guess.
If they're looking for the last, like, champion cube, how are they going to transform him into a gorilla form? Don't you need a champion cube?
Maybe he just hits another button. There's like 9 buttons on there.
Maybe.
He's like, hey, just hit the 7. And he's like, oh shit, yeah. And he just hit the 7.
Gorilla!
Turns me into a gorilla.
What is Japanese word for gorilla? They have a Japanese word for giraffe, apparently.
I don't know Japanese. What do you think I speak?
Yeah, what do you think? That you spend most of your time watching Japanese media or something?
That don't teach you nothing outside of a few
really
words
doesn't.
and phrases. I can speak English.
You can speak English good.
I can speak the requisite Canadian minimum of French.
Ugh.
And them's the breaks.
Ugh. Do you want to have some email? Since we only have one?
Serve me the email on a silver platter.
Yes, sir.
Send me into email land on a golden rider bike.
Our email is from Ice Tyrant.
Okay.
Who says, I dropped Ghost a while back too, but I still keep listening. Congrats on putting on a better show than Toei.
Ooh.
He's dropping the fucking gauntlet, man.
Tell that to John Toei.
Shit, John Toei's gonna have to cry himself to sleep tonight.
Oh shit.
I'd cry myself to sleep if somebody said something I did was worse than Rider Club Radio.
If I had something to do with the creation of Ghost, I'd cry myself to sleep. I'd be like, oh my god, this is how it turned out. What have I unleashed upon the world?
I think we're pretty clear on how Liam feels about Ghost as a whole in this episode.
I dramatize, but oh my god, it's not a very good show.
It's not great. His question is, which Rider series has your favorite kaijin? Liam?
Black.
Why Black?
Black has the best looking kaijins in Kamen Rider history, because they actually look like the suits are so detailed, and they're not afraid to like make them drippy and put like water or other
they're
like
all
viscous
gross looking
fluids on them. They look scary. They're the only Rider monsters I've ever seen that I would actually be afraid if they came at me in an alleyway.
They take a lot of inspiration from Alien.
Yeah, like there's that sort of like it's got the hard look, but at the same time it's like wet, and it gives that weird sort of like it gives you a strange feeling when you look at it of terror.
Yeah,
and even dumb shit like the cactus monster, it still has those weird little like beady eyes that make it look all freaky and alien, and they just look fantastic. I love them. They're all
really great. If I could choose anything that wasn't just like a series, I would choose Zeto for the best monsters.
Yeah. Zeto is fantastic.
It's not really a series, but those, like, Doris is the coolest looking fucking kaijin in tokusatsu history.
Wait, which one was Doris? Was that the spider?
Doris was the grasshopper, the main one.
Oh, yeah. That was a good one.
And it was especially really awesome that when his arms got ripped off or something, he would just pull a bunch of garbage and make, like, a metal arm in its place and shit.
Yeah, that guy was so fucking cool.
He was awesome.
But the spider was good too. While we're on
the spider, like, was incredible use of stop motion. Like the
yeah.
Zeto in its arms looked like shit, but the spider was amazing.
Yeah. And he had like the human face that broke apart, and looked like a weird mask.
Yeah, she like her mouth would like unhinge and open and shit. It was terrifying. It was awesome.
It was great monster work.
There's a bat in that one as well that isn't as good as the other two, but it's still pretty cool.
Yeah. What about a series though, Jeff? You got a series in mind?
I guess it depends on what you want from a series. And there are some huge fucking stinkers in every series.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I really love Daguva and Kuga, but that doesn't make up for the reuse of suits throughout Kuga and how similar they all are visually.
Yeah, a lot of Kuga suits have that thing where it's like they have a... Remember the grasshopper monster?
Yeah.
They all have
like
a similar kind of
loincloth.
look to that. Yeah, they all have the loincloth and like the same sort of legs.
Yeah, they have the same
that.
legs, similar arms, like a loincloth. And
yeah, I guess it makes... Because they're all the same race, I guess they look kind of similar, but it doesn't look great as a monster.
I guess it makes sense. I gotta say, I enjoy the aesthetic of the kaijin in Phais.
Oh, the Orphnox?
The Orphnox are all white, and
Yeah.
I think they made exceptionally good use of design to tell those apart. And I think they're just visually interesting looking. Just because they're all white in that way. A lot of people don't like that. I hear that people think they look bland because they're all white. I think you should pay more attention to the details of them when you look at them, and I think you'll find that they're not bland at all.
Phai's got good suits in general. The rider suits in Phais are fucking sick. Delta is one of my favorite suits ever in Kamen Rider.
It's too bad about the writing.
I'll find out about the writing myself after Agito.
And the characters.
I'll find out about
the plot progression.
I'll find out about everything that's wrong with Phais on my own.
On your own.
On Mrs.
I guess I was gonna say I really love a lot of the suits in Double, but holy fuck, most of the suits in Double are shit. They're not shit, they're just goofy.
The only suit I've seen in Double is the Money monster, and I thought it looked pretty dumb.
Money's dumb.
Money's a dumb.
There's like a Sweets that's also really dumb, but the dumbest one is the T-Rex dopant, which is just a giant T-Rex head that is on a regular body. The T-Rex head is like as big as the body.
It's not a CGI beast?
It turns into a CGI beast, but it's just a giant fucking head that a guy's holding.
That's pretty fucking funny, actually.
It's hilarious.
I like that.
But then you have shit like Nazca or fucking Taboo or Weather. The ones that are really fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, you've seen Horror, Terror.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was shit.
There's ups and downs in every Rider season.
Yeah. So I couldn't pick doubles, so I'd probably pick Fies. And I'm sure Fies has some shit ones as well, but I just like the aesthetic of the Orthodox.
Okay. It's not a bad choice.
Zodiarts and Forze are actually pretty fucking awesome as well. So I might say Zodiarts. It's like a tie between Zodiarts Orthodox, maybe.
Okay. Alright. It's not a bad choice.
So hopefully that answers your question.
I think it did.
That's all the emails we got, though.
Yeah, we're done this week, aren't we?
Yeah, we could finally fucking go and rest our heroes.
Well, we're about in an hour. It's fine.
Yeah. You can send us an email and we'll answer it on the air. Pretty much anything we'll answer on the air.
Ask us a question. Ask us a math question.
Sure, we'll figure it out. That's,
make a segment out of it.
That's riderclubradio@gmail.com.
Or you can shoot us a tweet. Or, follow us on Twitter to listen to all our hilarious puns and keep up on the newest episodes. And that's at Rider Club Radio.
Yeah, we engage with the audience to hyper explode our brand on the market. And diversify our bonds.
To diversify the brand and spread the name Rider Club Radio.
We're trying to get our stocks up. We're gonna have to fucking start shilling our stocks on the market soon.
We're trying to reach out to new demographics.
Buzzwords. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.